Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to talk about which NFL teams are not going to make it back to the playoffs this year. So by the numbers, around half the NFL teams that make the playoffs do not make it again the next year. And we're going to pick out those teams today. Now this isn't to say that those teams are bad teams, it's just that, whatever the situation might be, they just might not make it into the playoffs, or they have weaknesses that I think that's going to cause them to not make it back in. Okay, so the first one we're going to start out with is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Vegas agrees with me here because they're the negative 500 not to make the playoffs. And it's most likely to be due to their quarterback situation. Now, the one thing that the Buccaneers have going for them is that their division is still pretty weak. We have an unknown with Atlanta's quarterback. We have an unknown with Carolina's quarterback. And we kind of know what we got with Derek Carr, but, he sometimes can come through, sometimes he can't. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the first team I don't think is going to make it in. I just don't think they have the best quarterback situation. The next one up is going to be the Seattle Seahawks. I don't think they make a return this year. If you look at their last 9 games, they were 3-6, counting the loss against the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs. And if we take a look at those 3 wins, it came from the Rams twice and the Jets. And those were not good teams last year. And then if you look at Geno Smith, he threw 7 of his 11 interceptions during that second half of the season. So I think teams started to figure him out a little bit, and unfortunately, I don't think the Seattle Seahawks are going to make it back. Now, the next team is going to be the Miami Dolphins, and once again, this is going to go back to really the quarterback play, and also their division is pretty tough too. I think the Buffalo Bills are still going to be a playoff team, and the Patriots are always one of those teams where it's hard to figure out can they get it done, but I think they'll be battling with them a lot. But then I think the Jets are going to vastly improve as well. We got to see how that offensive line does for the New York Jets, though. But outside of that, I'm worried about Tua getting hurt again. Where is his mental state? I mean, he even thought about retiring, and I get worried that he's going to get hurt again. And once you have a concussion once, you have a higher risk of having it occur again. And that's what I really worry about Tua. And if he misses another game, if he gets knocked out again, they don't have a quarterback. The next team is going to be the LA Chargers, and this is mainly because of the head coach, Brandon Staley. I really think that he's probably going to lose his job at the end of this year because he has a great quarterback with Justin Herbert back there, and he's not able to do much with him. And I really think the biggest thing is that they're going to have a hard time recovering from that loss against the Jaguars from the following season. I mean, that was just completely demoralizing. And their schedule doesn't look terrible this year, so I think that they could win some games. They definitely could sneak in there, but I'm going to have to bet against the Chargers this year. And then the next team is going to be one that was a higher seed, and I really enjoyed watching quarterbacks, but I really don't think the Minnesota Vikings are going to be returning next year to the playoffs. And the whole NFC North has gotten better, and I think during those divisional games, they're going to have a hard time facing the Bears, the Packers, and the Detroit Lions, because I think they're going to be really battling out for the NFC North. And then also, you have to look at last year. They won so many games last year with a single score. It was crazy. There were so many great games with the Vikings. They were very fun to watch, but man, I mean, they were so close to losing and flipping the script, and getting bounced early in the, first round was kind of tough for them. So I think that's the other team that's probably not going to make it next year. The next one's going to be the New York Giants. I think the NFC East is still going to be a very tough division. That's going to be tough for them. And if you look at the schedule last year, the Giants started off very hot, and then during the second half of the season, they only won 2 of their last 8 games. One with being a tie. That's not counting the playoff games. That's just regular season. But still, that just does not bode well. So I'm picking the Giants as another one. I just don't think they're going to be able to return. Now, those are my teams that I think are not going to make it in. Who do you guys think is going to make it in? Let me know in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next huddle. Ready?